Stop everything. What I'm about to tell you will change the entire NFL landscape. An insider secret so explosive, so unprecedented, that it could shake the foundations of the league itself. You're witnessing history in the making, and only those in the inner circles, those with eyes sharp enough to see through the smoke, are going to understand the colossal magnitude of what's unfolding right now. This isn't just gossip. This isn't rumors. What I'm about to reveal is a game-changing move that could rewrite the future of the Buffalo Bills and send shockwaves through every corner of the NFL. But there's more. Beneath this incredible story lies a deeper, darker secret, a conspiracy so sophisticated, so meticulously planned that it will blow your mind. Are you ready? Because what I'm about to disclose will rock you to your core, and once you hear it, there's no turning back. And here's the real kicker. This isn't just a soap opera headline. No, this is real. This is happening right now. The phones are ringing off the hook in NFL front offices, confidential meetings happen behind closed doors, brokers and agents are racing against time. I've got sources at the highest levels, inside the NFL's inner sanctum, who just confirmed something insane. A trapdoor opens, and a secret deal is on the table. They say it's a move so audacious, so brazen, that it could redefine not just individual careers but the very fabric of NFL history. But I can't tell you everything just yet. The full truth is still locked in a vault, secret negotiations, hidden agendas, and a plan so complex that only the sharpest eyes will see the full picture. But here's what I can tell you. What's happening right now involves a player whose name was previously unthinkable in this context. This superstar, an absolute game-changer, who's been one of the league's most elite, most clutch, most unstoppable forces, might soon be packed up and shipped out from his current team to a rival that's desperate for a spark. The whispers are real, the signals are flashing, and what's even more shocking, the entire NFL is holding its breath, waiting for this deal to explode like a nuclear bomb. This is seismic, this is historic, and only the insider elite, those who see beyond the surface, know just how huge this is. Now, before I reveal who it is, I need you to brace yourself. This isn't just about a trade. This is about an entire league on the edge, a master plan unfolding in secrecy, a move that could change the power balance forever. If you think you've seen everything, prepare for the unexpected. The NFL's biggest power players are working behind the scenes, orchestrating something so unbelievably audacious that analysts are already calling it the trade of the century, the kind of move that will echo for generations. The biggest question remains, who is this player? Who is the mysterious superstar at the heart of this conspiracy? Why are the Bills so desperate to make this happen? And what lies beneath the surface of this high-stakes game? The answer. My sources confirm it's a name you've heard 1,000 times, a name that screams dominance, whose impact could turn the Bills from hopeful contenders into outright giants of the league. But I'm not saying it yet. Instead, I'll take you down the rabbit hole, through the shadowy corridors of NFL power, into the secret meetings, the encrypted calls, the clandestine flights, and the gambles being placed on this massive gamble that could reshape franchises and fortunes. The clock is ticking. The teaser is over. The most mind-blowing NFL story of 2026 is about to be uncovered. Stay tuned, because what's coming will blow your mind, and once I reveal this secret, you'll never see the NFL the same way again. Now let me set the scene, because the Buffalo Bills are at the heart of this storm. Imagine a franchise in total upheaval, the coach who brought them to the playoffs last season, gone, the locker room, turmoil, the front office, juggling chaos. They're actively hunting for a new head coach, one who can elevate this team, who can take Josh Allen and turn him into a machine capable of destroying defenses. You see, the Bills have been in a state of flux. Over the past few seasons, they've shown flashes of brilliance, an elite offense, a defense that's finally rounding into form, but they're missing one vital piece, a weapon, a game-changer who can tilt the scales at the highest level. And that's where the secret begins. For months, the Bills have been operating behind closed doors, moving in silence, conducting covert negotiations, whispering in encrypted calls that only a few in the league have access to. They've been scouting, they've been bargaining, they've been scheming. Why? Because they know that to beat the likes of Kansas City, Cincinnati, and Miami, they need something special, something unprecedented. They've been looking for that trait that can turn a good team into a legend. And in the shadows, whispers of a player, an elite, proven star, have started swirling around. It's a name that turns heads, one that brings both hope and fear, depending on which side of the deal you're on. And then, just when everyone thought the offseason was predictable, the unthinkable happened. My sources have confirmed that the Bills are on the verge of making a move so massive that it could shake the league to its core. They've identified HIM, the player whose mere presence could transform the Bills into a Super Bowl favorite overnight. But I can't say who yet. That secret is tightly guarded, buried beneath layers of legal documents, financial negotiations, and high-level league discussions. What I can tell you, though, is that the Bills are ready to pull the trigger. They're prepared to go all in, to sacrifice their future to make history. The question is, who is this player? And what makes him so special for the Bills at this exact moment? All right, buckle up, because now I'm about to blow the lid off this entire story. The name you've been waiting for, the star they're targeting in this blockbuster trade, is none other than the one, the only Mark Andrews. Yes, the Mark Andrews. The Baltimore Ravens' all-world tight end, the player who has redefined the position, who's been Lamar Jackson's most trusted target, and who's been the centerpiece of the Ravens' offensive identity for years. Let's dive deep. Because this move isn't just about a player changing teams. It's about an entire strategy, a seismic shift in NFL power dynamics. Mark Andrews, as of January 24, 2026, remains a Baltimore Raven, signed through 2028 with a staggering $39.3 million extension, guaranteed $26 million, with an average annual salary of over $13 million, $1 of the most lucrative contracts for a tight end in league history. The numbers speak for themselves. Andrews is a 6'4", 256-pound beast, a red zone nightmare, a possession machine, and a contested catch artist unlike anyone else. Over his career, he's amassed 373 receptions, 4,891 yards, and a jaw-dropping 47 total touchdowns, an all-time franchise record for the Ravens, surpassing Jamal Lewis' legendary mark of 47 TDs. In 2025 alone, Andrews hauled in 48 receptions for 422 yards and 5 touchdowns, leading his team in scoring despite injuries, drops, and inconsistency. His game is physicality, precision, and pure clutch talent. His style. Think Gronkowski meets Kittle, an imposing figure who can block, run crisp routes, and dominate in the red zone. Andrews is not just a receiver, he's a weapon, one that Lamar Jackson has relied upon for key third downs, game-winning drives, and high-stakes moments. That's why the Bills see him as their missing puzzle piece, a player who can turn Josh Allen's offense into an absolute juggernaut. And the value? Well, for $39.3 million over 3 years, Andrews offers on-paper dominance. He's a proven game-changer, an elite red zone threat, and a reliable target who can stretch defenses vertically and carve them up underneath. Yet, beneath that, there's an intense internal debate, an argument about whether his recent injury history and his fluctuating productivity make him worth the price tag. But what the Bills are betting on is the immediate upside. Because with Andrews, they are not just acquiring a player. They're bringing in a symbol of dominance, a blueprint for future supremacy. Imagine Josh Allen firing to Andrews on third and long. Visualize the crowd in Orchard Park erupting as the Bills add this weapon. Imagine the ripple effect in the league, teams scrambling to counter this new threat. Andrews, with his 11-touchdown season in 2024 and consistent production since 2021, is exactly that kind of difference-maker. The Bills aren't just after stats, they're after a legend, a piece that elevates them from contender to undeniable force. But here's where it gets even crazier. Word is that the negotiations are heated, high stakes, and surrounded by league secrecy. Baltimore's front office has been trying to hold on to him. After all, he's a franchise cornerstone. Yet whispers of a monster offer from Buffalo, perhaps a combination of high draft picks, multiple players, and immediate cash, are swirling in the league corridors. This isn't just a simple trade. This is a calculated, strategic upheaval designed to shake the foundation of the AFC. The league's top insiders are already calling it the trade of the decade, a move so audacious, so unprecedented, that NFL circles are talking about nothing else. And behind the scenes, the NFL's biggest power brokers are in full-blown crisis mode. They know Andrews, impact could tilt the balance of power, and that the Bills are willing to do whatever it takes. The entire league is watching, waiting, holding their breath as this deal inches closer to reality. Rumors suggest that league authorities are even considering ways to manage the competitive implications, because once this goes down, everything changes. Andrews' performance. Well, it's not just about his stats, it's about his potential future. With Buffalo's offensive scheme, an aggressive, fast-paced attack, he'd become the perfect piece to unlock Allen's deep ball genius. Imagine what he could do with an offense that includes Cook, Shakir, Cooper, and Andrews, an unstoppable force that defenses won't be able to handle. His market value? It's skyrocketing. Analysts are already calling him one of the most valuable offensive weapons in the league, an irreplaceable asset that could single-handedly elevate any team. So now, ask yourself, how do the Ravens respond? Will they fight to keep Andrews? Or will they realize that this shot at a massive payout, a potential franchise rebuild, or a strategic move to shed cap space might be too tempting to resist? Rumor has it that Baltimore's front office is divided. Some see Andrews as irreplaceable, others see a chance to go all in on a rebuild. But the true story is in the details, about the league's shifting power, the hidden negotiations, and the secret plans being spun behind the scenes. Mark Andrews. The name echoes through the NFL corridors now, because soon it might be the name on Bills jerseys, sold worldwide in a move that will be remembered forever. And once this deal is sealed, once Andrews is in Orchard Park, the NFL landscape will never be the same. The Bills' future, brighter than ever, their rivals trembling in fear, the league on notice. But the biggest question remains, why now, why this player, why this moment? The answer lies in a perfect storm of football, finance, and power, an unstoppable confluence that makes this the most electrifying, most explosive NFL story of 2026. And here's what you need to know. The next 48 hours are critical. The league's insiders whisper that negotiations are at a fever pitch. If this move happens, it'll be one of the most talked-about stories in NFL history. If not, the ripple effects will still be felt, because the entire league now knows that change is coming and it's coming fast. Will the Ravens blink? Will Buffalo seal the deal? That's the question everyone's asking. So stay tuned, because once the ink dries on this deal, and mark my words, it's going to be sooner than you think, the entire NFL universe will be turned upside down. This isn't just a trade, it's the beginning of a new era. The game-changing moment we've all been waiting for. And I promise, when it happens, you will be the first to know. This story isn't over yet, it's just beginning. And trust me, what's coming next will be epic, unforgettable, and history-defining. You don't want to miss a second. Because once this secret is fully exposed, your NFL world will never look the same again.